Hello, welcome to Study Circle. Today we are going to read Class 10th Standard Geography, Chapter 3 Drainage. This is the summary of this whole chapter. This video is intended for revision purpose only. If you are preparing for any teaching exam, this video is very useful for you. So without wasting any much time, let's start. Drainage. The term drainage describes the river system of an area. The area drained by a single river system is called drainage basin. Any elevated area that is upland or a mountain separating two adjoining drainage basin is known as water divide. In this figure you can see this. This is the example of water divide. And this is the example of a gorge, which is also example of water divide. Drainage system in India. The Indian rivers are divided into two major groups, the Himalayan rivers and the peninsular rivers. Features of Himalayan rivers. These are perennial, that means it flows all over the years. These rivers receive water from rain as well as from melted snow from a lofty mountains. The Himalayan rivers have long courses from their source to the sea. The Himalayan rivers from meanders, oxbow lakes and many other depositional feature in their floodplains. Features of peninsular rivers. They are seasonal. Their flow is dependent on rainfall. The peninsular rivers have shorter and shallower courses as compared to their Himalayan rivers. Most of the rivers of peninsular India originate in the western Ghats and flow toward the Bay of Bengal. Drainage patterns. The streams within a drainage basin form certain patterns depending on the slope of land, underlying rock structure as well as the climatic condition of the area. Types of drainage patterns. That is dendritic drainage, trellis drainage, rectangular drainage, radial drainage. The Himalayan rivers. The Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra are major Himalayan rivers. A river along with its tributaries may be called a river system. The Indus River System. Source. The river Indus rises in Tibet near Lake Mansarovar. It enters India in the Ladakh district of Jammu and Kashmir flowing west. Tributaries of Indus. The Jaskar, the Nubra, the Shyok and the Hunja join it in the Kashmir region. The Satluj, the Byas, the Rabi, the Chenab and the Jhelum join together to enter the Indus near Mithankot in Pakistan. The Indus plain has a very gentle slope. Total length of Indus plain is 2900 km. A third of the Indus basin is located in India in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and the Punjab, and the rest is in Pakistan. The Ganga River System. Source. The headwaters of Ganga called the Bhagirathi is fed by the Gangotri Glacier. Tributaries of Ganga. Alaknanda joined at Devprayag in Uttarakhand. The Yamuna rises from the Yamunotri Glacier in the Himalayas, joins at Allahabad. The Ghagra, the Gandak and the Kosi rise in the Nepal Himalayas. The Chambal, the Betwa and the Son rise from semi-arid areas. In this figure, you can see that the confluence of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda at Devprayag. The river bifurcates Farakka in West Bengal. The Bhagirathi Hooghly, a distributary, flows southwards through the deltaic plains to the Bay of Bengal. The main stream flows southwards into the Bangladesh, is joined by the Brahmaputra. The length of this river is 2500 km. Sundarban Delta. The delta formed by the rivers of Ganga and the Brahmaputra is known as Sundarban Delta. The Brahmaputra River System. The Brahmaputra rises in Tibet east of Mansarovar Lake, very close to the sources of the Indus and Satluj. Tributaries of Brahmaputra. The Dibang and the Lohit. It flows eastwards parallel to the Himalayas and it takes a U-turn on reaching the Namcha Barwa and enters in India in Arunachal Pradesh through a gorge. Here it is called the Dihang Gorge and it is joined by the Dibang, the Lohit and many other tributaries. The gorge is Dihang and it is joined by the Dibang River, the Lohit River and many other tributaries river. In Tibet, the river carries a smaller volume of water and less silt as it is a cold and a dry area. In India, it passes through a region of high rainfall and the river carries a large volume of water and considerable amount of silt. It forms many riverine islands. Every year during the rainy season, the river overflows its banks, causing widespread devastation due to floods in Assam and Bangladesh. Majuli is the world's largest riverine island formed by the Brahmaputra. The peninsular rivers. The main water divide in peninsular India is formed by the Western Ghats. Major rivers of the peninsula such as Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna and the Kaveri flow eastwards and drain into the Bay of Bengal. The Narmada and the Tapi are the only long rivers which flow west and make estuaries. The Narmada Basin. Source. It rises in the Amarkantak Hills in Madhya Pradesh. It flows toward the west in a rift valley formed due to faulting. All the tributaries of Narmada are very short and most of these joins the main stream at right angles. The Narmada Basin covers part of the Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. The Tapi Basin. Source. It rises in the Satpura ranges in the Betul district of Madhya Pradesh. It also flows in a rift valley parallel to the Narmada, but it is much shorter in length. Its basin covers parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. Other west flowing rivers are Sabarmati, Mahi, Bharatpuzha and Periyar. The Godavari Basin. Sources. It rises from the slopes of Western Ghats in the Nasik district of Maharashtra. It is the largest peninsular river. The tributaries of Godavari. The Purna, the Vardha, the Pranhita, the Manjra, the Vainganga and the Pengang are the tributaries of Godavari. The basin covers part of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. It drains into the Bay of Bengal. Total length of this river is 1500 km. Because of its length and the area it covers, also known as Dakshin Ganga or Budi Ganga. The Mahanadi Basin. Source of Mahanadi Basin is that Mahanadi rises in the highland of Chhattisgarh. It flows through Odisha to reach the Bay of Bengal. Its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand and Odisha. Total length of this river is 860 km. The Krishna Basin. It rises from the spring near Mahabaleshwar. Tributaries of Krishna, the Tungabhadra, the Koyna, the Ghat Prabha, the Musi and the Bhima. Total length of this river is 1400 km. Its drainage basin is shared by Maharashtra, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. The Kaveri Basin. The source of Kaveri Basin is that it rises in Brahmagiri range of Western Ghats. Tributaries of Kaveri, that is Amravati, Bhavani, Hemavati and Kavini. Total length of this river is 760 km. It reaches the Bay of Bengal in south of Kadalur in Tamil Nadu. Other east flowing rivers, the Damodar, the Brahmani, the Baitarni and the Subarnarekha. In this figure, you can see the major rivers of India. You can see here the Ghagra, Ganga, Sangpo and other major rivers of India. This figure is available in NCERT books, in your NCERT books. Lakes. India has many lakes which differ from each other in the size and other characteristics. Most lakes are permanent while some contain water only during the rainy season. Some of the lakes are the result of the action of glaciers and ice sheets, while the other have been formed by wind, river action and human activities. A meandering river across a floodplain forms cut-offs that later develop into oxbow lakes. Most of the freshwater lakes are in Himalayan region. They formed when glaciers dug out a basin, which was later filled with snow melt. The Ular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir is the result of the tectonic activity, which is the largest freshwater lake in India. Artificial lakes. The damming of the rivers of the generation of hydropower has also led to the formation of lakes such as Guru Gobind Sagar. Importance of lakes. It helps to regulate the flow of a river. During heavy rainfall, it prevents flooding, and during the dry season, it helps to maintain an even flow of water. Also used for developing hydropower. They moderate the climate of the surroundings, maintaining the aquatic ecosystem, enhances natural beauty, helps in developing tourism and providing recreation. Role of rivers in the economy. From ancient times, river banks attracted settlers as water from the river is a basic natural resource, essential for various human activities. Rivers are used for irrigation, navigation, and hydropower generation. River pollution. The demand for water from river is increasing to meet growing domestic, municipal, industrial, and agricultural need, which naturally affect the quality of water. More and more water is being drained out of the rivers, reducing their volume. Also, a heavy load of untreated sewage and industrial effluents are emptied into the rivers, which affect not only the quality of water but also the safe cleansing capacity of the river. The concern over rising pollution in our rivers led to the launching of various action plans to clean the rivers. Here is the fact that the Namami Gange program is an integrated conservation mission approved as flagship program by the Indian government in June 2014 to accomplish the twin objective of effective abatement of pollution, conservation and rejuvenation of the national river Ganga. Brahmaputra is also known as the Sangpo in Tibet and Jamuna in Bangladesh. The Narmada River Conservation Mission has been undertaken by the government of Madhya Pradesh by a scheme named Namami Devi Narmade. Another fact from your chapter is that National River Conservation Plan NRCP. The river cleaning program in the country was initiated with the launching of Ganga Action Plan, that is GAP, in 1985. The Ganga Action Plan was expanded to cover other rivers under the National River Conservation Plan NRCP in the year 1995. The objective of the NRCP is to improve the water quality of the rivers, which are major water sources in the country, through the implementation of pollution abatement work. Ular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir is the largest freshwater lake in India. The Dal Lake, Bhimtal, Nainital, Loktak, and Barapani are some other important freshwater lakes. In this figure, you can see the Loktak Lake, the major freshwater lake in India. So, this is the summary of this chapter. If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.